Hello everyone and welcome back to Bougie and Budget. Today I'm going to film a summer glam eye makeup tutorial. It's going to be oranges and coppers and golds, and I think I'm gonna go for something that's a little more smoky, maybe a halo eye. I haven't quite decided yet, but I have my base makeup on. I'm gonna quickly film my one eye off camera just to make sure I know exactly what I want to do, and then I will be back for the talk through tutorial on my other eye. So see you in a second. Okay, so I'm back and I have my one eye finished and I really like it. These are probably my favorite colors to wear all year round. I don't care what season it is, but I think it's really cool for summer. Just kind of sultry but still glowy and golden, like summer, you know. Okay, so I haven't done a lot of talk throughs on our channel because I don't know, I just feel like doing voiceovers is much easier for me. So let's just jump right in. Okay, so to start, well, mostly what I'm using for this look is the Morphe 350 palette, and since I'm the budget side of our channel, the kind of more drugstore affordable makeup side, I know that you can't get this at the drugstore. I know you have to get it on the Morphe website, but I do think that for what you are getting with these huge palettes and for the quality of the shadows, I think that they totally are affordable. I think this one is like $25. Yeah, so what you're getting and for how good they are, $25 I think is pretty affordable for this. So I'm gonna start out with this shade right here as my transition shade. I'm getting it on this kind of medium-sized fluffy brush and just really packing it on. Always tap off the excess because you don't want to get powder all over your face, especially if you did your foundation and everything before you did your eyes like I did. It's what I usually do. I don't know why. I just like doing it that way. And yeah, so I'm just going to apply this to my crease. And oh, I hope you can kind of see what I'm doing. My hand's sort of in the way. I like to kind of go back and forth and just lay down the color in the crease like this, just kind of put it where I want it. I'm actually going to pick up a little bit more. So put down the color where you want it, which for me is from the inner to the outer crease for this one. It's just our transition shade. And then once I have built it up to the intensity I want and I have put it where I want it, then I'll go in with like circular buffing motions to make sure that it's blended and the color is diffused and there's no harsh edges and all that jazz, you know? Okay, now I'm picking up a different brush. I'm picking up a fluffier blending brush. It's a little bigger, a little fluffier, and we're gonna go into some of these oranges in this palette, which are so fun. And I'm gonna I always mix when I use this palette because I feel like there's so many colors. I just want to use as many as I can. So I'm gonna mix this orange and this orange, kind of a lighter orange and a mid-tone orange, just mix them together on my brush, really packing it on. And then, of course, tapping the excess. And I'm gonna put this exactly on top of that transition shade, exactly where, just right on top, just to build a little bit of depth and to get this orange going in the crease. And another tip, I like to hold my brush further to the back because the further back you hold it, the more soft and blended your shadow will turn out. If you hold it too far up, it just kind of, it just won't be as seamless and blended looking. So again, I kind of just sort of outlined where I want this color, and now I'm going in and blending with little circular motions. so now same brush, nice big fluffy brush. We're just gonna deepen up the orange a little bit. So first I took those two shades. Now I'm gonna take this orange and this orange and mix them. And I'm gonna put this in the crease, but focus it more on the outer crease. I'm not gonna drag it in all the way to the inner crease. Just so that we have a little bit more depth on the outer part of the eye, because that helps to make our eyes look bigger and just a little bit smokier. I'm also focusing this, oops, I just dragged that in a little too far, oops. I'm also focusing this more like down onto the lid a little bit more and not as far up in my crease. Next, I'm gonna take a smaller blending brush. This one is, I think it's a Bare Minerals brush, and it's just a little bit smaller, and it just has like a little more of like a point. So I really like to use this for like more detailed application of like darker shades on my outer V. So we mixed these two oranges. So now I'm gonna mix this orange and this kind of red for just on the outer V of the eye. And I like to lay down the color a little bit into the crease, not much, and then go in with blending little, small, fast motions. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the Colourpop Super Shock, is that what these are called? Yeah, Super Shock Shadow Ultra Metallic in the shade Game Face. It's this gorgeous, like, it has like flecks of orange in it, but it's like a copper bronze. I don't know, I love it. And I'm just going to use my finger. That's what applies these the best and the most like intensely. So I'm just gonna take my middle finger, swirl it in there, and just pat it all over the lid from inner corner to outer corner. And you might have to do a couple of layers of this to build it up to the intensity that you want. Just gonna go in with a little bit more. This is one of the first shadows that I've tried from Colourpop, and I am like, I cannot believe that these are $5 and they are like the creamiest, like, I can't even describe the texture. It's like creamy and spongy, and I don't even know. They're so cool. I'm just gonna keep building this bronze up. Okay, so now that I've got that on, I honestly feel like you could stop here and not apply the gold that I'm going to apply in a minute. I think that it looks really cool, like the way it is. You could just be done, smoke out the lower lash line, and like leave it, this kind of orangey bronzy thing going on, but I was just feeling more of a halo eye today, so that's what we're doing. Just to make sure that there's no, actually no. First, I'm gonna go in with the gold shade. And when I did this eye, I tried to apply this, there it is, can you see it? This gold right here with like a damp shader brush, but it just, I don't know. It didn't really give me the pigmentation I want, but just so that both eyes match, I'm gonna do the exact same thing. I'm gonna get this shader brush wet. I just use a little water, and I'm gonna go into this, there it is, this golden shade in the palette, and just really pack that onto my brush, and pop it right on the, just the center of the lid. Okay, so now I popped it on with the brush, and I'm just gonna intensify it a little more by using my finger again. I feel like with shimmers, oftentimes this is just the best way to get the color to pop the most. So just gonna put my finger in here and go right over top. Okay, so that kind of completes the top of the eye. Now I'm gonna take this little angled elf brush, and I'm going to smoke out the lower lash line. First, I'm gonna mix, let's see. I think I'm gonna mix, I think this is what I did on my other eye. I mixed the transition shade and the first two oranges. So like all three of those colors together on this brush. Tapping it off. And I'm just gonna put this on the lower lash line from inner to outer corner. Okay, cool. Now, so I mixed the first three shades we used, and now I'm gonna mix the last three. So this orange, and this kind of burnt ready orange. So mixing all of those on the same brush. I always like to load up my brush with a lot of product and then tap off the excess. I don't know why, I feel like it just kind of gives me the most even like application of pigment when I do it that way. I don't know. I'm gonna also apply this from inner to outer corner because I want it to be nice and smoky. So now I'm gonna pick up this little tiny, it's actually supposed to be a concealer brush by e.l.f., but I like to use it for lower lash line because it's so tiny. And just to kind of blend everything and make sure there's no harsh lines, I'm gonna pick up that first transition shade again, pack it onto the brush, tap it, and just go and buff everything out a little bit. And you'll notice I applied the shadow kind of low, like under my lower lash line, because I do want this to be a smoky look. I mean, I could have applied it lower, but yeah, just so you know, that is what I did. And now to apply, to line my waterline, I'm gonna use the Colourpop Creme Gel Liner in the shade Mr. Bing. And I'm just gonna pop this right on my waterline. My allergies are really bad right now. My eyes are pretty watery, so that's kind of as much pigment as I can get on my waterline right now. Then I'm gonna just pop a little bit of black liner on my top lash line. This is the NYX Cosmetics Slide On, Glide On, Stay On eyeliner in jet black. And it really needs to be sharpened, but we're just going to, I'm not gonna take this all the way to the inner corner, maybe like a quarter of the way in is where I will start, just with a really, really thin line, very, very close to the lash line. And I get slightly thicker as I get to the outer corner. And I actually like to start at the outer corner. I feel like I have a little more control out there because I'm not trying to make the line so thin out there. So I'm gonna start out here. Okay. So that kind of just adds a little bit of depth and a little bit of smokiness right along the lash line. Again, thicker towards the outer corner and a little thinner in the inner corner. And I stopped kind of right where the copper and the gold meet towards the inner corner. Now I'm just going to apply some mascara. This is the Maybelline Colossal Volum'Express. This is my favorite one. I try other mascaras and I always go back to this. I just feel like it makes my lashes voluminous and long and without like making them chunky and clumpy and gross. So here we go. Now I'm just gonna take a little bit of the Essence, the False Lashes mascara. I like this one, I think it's pretty good. It does make my lashes a little bit more clumpy. And it's like a very liquidy formula. I find that it kind of it tends to get everywhere when I use this one. So that's why I don't love it as much as my Maybelline one. And yeah, so I mostly just use it as like a second coat mascara just so that I get use out of it. And it definitely does add volume for more dramatic looks like this, so. And I didn't highlight my brow bone on the other eye, but I want to do that on both eyes really quickly. I'm not going to highlight the inner corner because this is a halo eye, so we want to keep the light in the center of the lid. But I am going to take, let's see here. I'm going to just mix these first two lightest shades in the palette. And on like a tiny little shader brush, load it up, tap it off, and I'm just gonna apply that to both of my brow bones. Okay guys, here is the finished eye look. I really like it. I'm going to apply some lips just to finish off this look. And of course I will link, or not link, but I will write in the description box below all of the products that I used for my face, so that you know how I created this entire look. But for the lips, I am going to take the Wet n Wild Gel Lip Liner in the shade, what is this shade? Bear to Comment. I love this. I think it goes with like every single look. And I'm just gonna line my lips. Now for lipstick, I'm going to take the NYX Butter Lipstick in the shade Boardwalk. It's a really pretty, like light, peachy shade. Awesome for summer, awesome for a smoky look. These lipsticks, I freaking love them. They're not very long lasting, but they are so hydrating and just like, I feel like they make your lips look healthy and like plump because they're just so hydrating. I love them. Now I'm just gonna top with a little bit of gloss. It's also this beautiful peach shade. It's the Revlon Colorstay Mineral Lip Glaze in the shade Timeless Nude. So just gonna pop a little bit of this on. Okay, so this is the completed look. I really like it. As I said, I think if you have green eyes, this look is perfect for you. These kind of bronzy, orangey, red shades really work awesomely with green eyes. That's why I wore this little green shirt too. Yeah, and I just think that if you're going somewhere this summer that you want to be a little more glam, maybe, I don't know, a wedding or like a more upscale barbecue or something, I think this look is perfect for that. So please, before you leave, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Also, I would love it if you would leave me a comment down below and let me know what other looks that you would like to see me do, what products you would like to see me test out. Yeah, and I think that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in our next video. Bye guys!